More profit taken from red news trading this morning during the London session. What started out to be a slow session ended up giving me a reasonable profit today. Let's get straight over to the charts and I'll show you exactly how I did it. Got in on a few trades a little early this morning while I was setting up for the live London trade planning webinar for the Price Action Traders Institute members. I took 3 trades, saw 3 entry points. In on the Australian dollar US dollar, took this short at 50. Back here where you can see this yellow line is way back here. And looking for further downside movement, looking for this to move down through this take profit that I've set at 20 pips. Again, restricted for time, I've set my take profits at 2 to 1, so 20 pip move just slightly below that previous day's low there, and that's where my take profit is on that, on the Australian dollar, US dollar. US dollar, Canadian dollar, took this long as it came through an entry point back here. Got in this one at 55. Looking for this further upside movement that we're seeing at the moment, and take profit is up at 20 pips on this. Again, 2 to 1 risk to reward, 10 pip stop loss, 20 pip take profit. And the third trade I took before the trade plan was New Zealand dollar US dollar, seeing this moving nicely into profit now. Took this at 39 again as it came through an entry point back here with that yellow line as you can see it, and looking for price to move down through this previous day's low into that take profit, which again 2 to 1 risk to reward, 20 pip take profit on that. And I've just seen an entry point on this euro US dollar as price came through an entry point now, and I took this short at 62, looking for price to push through this 50 level and move down to where I've got my take profit down here at 16 pips, again 2 to 1 risk to reward. Okay, I'll pause the video for now. I need to put some messages out to the members on Twitter, and I'll be back soon with an update for you. Okay, back with a quick update now. This euro US dollar saw that nice break. I took this short at 62, then price pulled way back in, so I had to punch out of that. Now we're seeing it push back out again. So can't do anything on that now. I can't take a re-entry just yet. So I'm just watching that price and seeing what's going on. I actually lost 6 pips on that, so just down 6 pips at the moment. Those other trades I'm still holding. Australian dollar, US dollar moving nicely down. And in fact, I'm going to lock in a couple of pips on that, just in case it spins around. So looking for it to move down to this level here, 20 pips where I got my take profit. US dollar, Canadian dollar, saw this nice move up, and since then we've seen a deep pullback here. But still holding that, still showing a little bit of profit. New Zealand dollar, US dollar, still holding this. Price moved down into profit, starting to pull back a little bit, but it's just quite normal to see that. So still in profit at the moment. So that's it, 3 trades I'm holding and looking at a few other options on a few of the other pairs. I'll pause the video for now and I'll let you know if I manage to take any other trades and give you an update on these 3 trades that I'm holding right now. Back soon. I'm back with an update. A couple more trades I've taken. The pound Japanese yen, saw it come through an entry point, a couple of candles back, took this short, got in at 98, looking for further downside movement. Take profit is down here at 24 pips, 2 to 1 risk to reward. And the euro Japanese yen, seen this trying to move out of this area a couple of times this morning. I'm just taking it now, considering what I'm seeing on the euro pairs and also the pound pairs at the moment is what made me decide to finally take this one. So taking this short at 62, looking for the further downside movement through that 50. Let's just move this take profit into place now. So looking for it to move down through this 50, and I'll set my take profit at 20 pips. And seeing that euro dropping quite nicely at the moment. Pound's eased off a little bit, but that euro seems to be moving quite nicely. I might even take a re-entry on this euro US dollar if it comes through that 0-0. So those other trades that I'm still holding, the Australian dollar US dollar, seeing this moving down nicely. In fact, I'm going to lock in 5 pips on that. See where the 10 comes in. I'll just lock in 5 pips for now, just in case that pulls back a little bit. Give it a bit of room to move. So the Australian dollar, US dollar locked in 5 pips. US dollar, Canadian dollar. Saw that deep pullback there, still hovering around, just starting to move back up again now. And the New Zealand dollar, US dollar, not really doing a great deal, just moving sideways at the moment. Okay, I'll pause the video for now and I'll be back in a little while to give you an update. Okay, back with an update. We're starting to see the price action picking up a little bit, seeing some reasonable moves in the market now. Trades that I'm holding, the Euro, Japanese Yen, took this at 62, seeing it move down towards this 50 level. Looking for price to push through that and come down to where my take profit is, although I'm running out of time. I'm really restricted for time again. We've got a pound red news event coming up as well in about 10 minutes time. So I'll take a look at that, see if there's anything to be had on that trade, and then I'll need to be out of here. So I'll probably punch out of these trades if they're showing reasonable profit rather than trying to manage them from my phone. Pound Japanese Yen, I took this short, seeing that price coming down towards that 80 level. Looking for it to, in fact, what's the time now? Okay, I'm going to take that trade off because we're getting very, very close to the news and there's a reasonable profit showing on it. So pound Japanese Yen, I'm out of that. I'll come back with the results a little later. Australian dollar, US dollar, seeing this moving down nicely, getting ever closer towards that take profit that I've put in place there. I've locked in 10 pips on this now. I think that's 10 pips. Let me just check. 10 pips locked in on the Australian dollar, US dollar. US dollar, Canadian, US dollar, Canadian dollar. Showing a little bit of profit. Nothing spectacular at the moment, but moving up and holding its own now. Canadian dollar, Japanese Yen. Saw this break here. Not really doing a great deal, just hovering around there, not really moving out of the area where I took the trade. And the New Zealand dollar, US dollar, starting to see this push down now as well. So, let's see where we are. So they're the open trades that I've got at the moment. Seeing some reasonable profits starting to come in now. And what I'll do, I'll pause the video for now. I'll come back just before the pound red news event, see if I can take anything off of that. So what I'll do, I'll pause the video for now. I'll be back just before the red news event, the pound red news event kicks in, see if I can take any trades off of that and get some pips out of the market. Okay, I'll pause for now, be back soon. Okay, back, ready for this red news event. I've actually punched out of those other trades I was holding, taken profit on pretty much all of those, and I'm just going to trade this and then I'll be finished for the day. So let's see. I was saying that I'll be back later. There's a big red news event coming out later, 7 o'clock this evening on the US dollar. But anyway, let's see how this goes, see if we can get anything on this pound red news. Here we go. News release has happened. Spreads are up, price is bouncing a little bit. So nothing to do right now. Just keep an eye on what this price is doing. Spreads are starting to come back down again. But not really the kind of price action that I'm looking for. I'm looking for a nice big move and then try and get in on a pullback and then hopefully see some kind of momentum and follow through. But at the moment it's just bouncing. Not doing a great deal. Let's just see what these euros are doing. Nothing. Okay, I'll give this, what I'll do, I'll pause the video for now. I'll give this a couple of minutes just to watch and see what this price action does, but it's not looking like the red news. See, the thing is, the way we trade at the Price Action Traders Institute, I don't care what's happening with the news, what the numbers are. All I need to see is what the reaction to those numbers are. So whatever's happening in the background regarding numbers, whether they've actually come out better or worse than they predicted, it makes no difference to me because all I'm concentrating on is this price action. That's all I need to know. And looking at this, it's not made a massive difference. Let's see how big that candle is. 12 pips. Taking a sell on the pound Japanese yen and on the pound US dollar. Starting to see this price pick up a little bit. Put my stops in. Okay, so we've taken the pound Japanese yen round about the 70 level, pound US dollar round about the 50 level. So I'm looking for a price to push through those. In fact, what I'll do, I'm going to put my take profits in place. Now, because I'm restricted for time, I'm just going to put in a 1.5 to 1 risk to reward on this. So I've put a take profit there of 15 pips. So let's see what these do. Okay, I'll pause the video for now. So like I say, I've got no other trades open at the moment. I've flattened the market with everything else, just these two pound pairs I'm holding right now. Pause the video and I'll come back to let you know how these pan out. So back again, those pound red news event trades that I took, punched out of both of those, taking profit on the two of them, reasonable profit on both of those. I'll be back, I have to dash out now, I'll be back a little later just to do a summary of this morning's trading and to give you all the results. But been a reasonable morning this morning. Back a bit later just to finish the video for you. So here's where I ended up today. This Euro US dollar, the break that I took early on in the session, had to punch out of that, losing 6 pips. I was down minus 6 pips. Then I started to bring in a bit of profit. The pound Japanese yen 12 pips, New Zealand dollar US dollar plus 6, Australian dollar US dollar plus 18 pips, US dollar Canadian dollar 10 pips, 4 pips on the Euro Japanese yen. Break even when I punched out of these on the Euro US dollar and on the Canadian dollar Japanese yen, both were break even. And then those red news trades, plus 10 on the pound US dollar and plus 10 on the pound Japanese yen, giving me a total of 64 pips. Okay, I'll close this down now. Please remember to hit subscribe, and that way you'll get the heads up as and when I post new videos. Thanks very much for watching.